Mixture word problems. We're going to follow this form of always taking the amount and adding it to the amount equal to a total, and then multiplying a percent to the amount plus multiplying the percent to the amount is equal to multiplying the percent to the total. In this word problem, a meat market has ground beef that is 40% fat and extra lean ground beef that is only 15% fat. How many pounds of each must be ground together to get a total of 50 pounds of lean ground beef that is 25% fat? Well, we're going to need something to represent this ground beef that's 40% fat and this extra lean ground beef that is 15% fat. For this first one, I think I'll call it F, and the second one I'm going to call it E for extra lean. Now we're going to write the first equation with the amounts, and I don't know what amount of fat ground beef I have or the amount of extra lean ground beef I have, but I know when I'm all done I should have 50 pounds. So this is our amount equation. Our second equation involves the value. I know that this fatty ground beef is 40% fat, and this extra lean is 15% fat. And when I'm all done, I should have a 25% fat for all 50 pounds. So you have to multiply the percentage to the total. Okay, I'm going to rewrite these equations so you can see what I have again. F plus E equals 50. And in the second one, I need to clear out these percentages. You cannot do math with percentages. So that's 0.40F plus 0.15E is equal to 0.25 times 50. Now again, I'm going to clear out the decimals to try and make my life a little bit easier by multiplying by 100. 100 will move the decimal 2 places. So all that I have done is multiplied by 100 to this equation, and it has moved the decimal 2 places. Rewriting those two equations over here, we have the first one, F plus E equals 50, and when I multiply out that 0.25 that was multiplied by 100, giving me 25 times 50, I get 1,250. Now again, I still cannot solve this equation because I have two variables, and I need to make one of them go away. I think I'll multiply this first equation by 40. In fact, I'll multiply it by a negative 40. And when I multiply both sides by 40, I get to use the distributive property and multiply each term by 40. Writing that down, I have negative 40F plus negative 40E is equal to negative 2,000. The second equation, positive 40F plus 15E is equal to 1,250. If now I try to add these two together, since F's go away, I'm left with negative 25E is equal to negative 750. We still need to get E alone, so we could multiply each side of the equation by a negative 1 over 25. Now that's a little hard to squeeze into this little spot here, so I'm simply going to write it here in the denominator, a negative 25, because in the numerator I still have a 1. So it's essentially still 1 over negative 25. We now have E is equal to positive 30. And that would be 30 pounds of extra lean ground beef. But we also need to know how much of the other ground beef we needed. Well, remember, we needed 50 pounds total. So if I have 30 pounds of the extra lean, then I would also have 20 pounds of 40% fat ground beef.